So we're on to question 3 now of the November 2024 paper. This year is a partnership, and we see Black and Blue are partners in BB Traders. The financial year end is the 31st of December each year, and we're given the following information. The opening balance for Black capital amount is 670,000. The opening balance for Blue is 500,000. Then their opening balances for Black and Blue, their current accounts. Always remember, most probably in an exam question, the one partner will have a debit balance, which means they've overdrawn from the partnership and they actually owe the partnership, in this case Black, 74,600, while the partnership owes Blue 99,000. So I'm going to just term it like this. Black is in the negative because Black has a debit current account balance at the start of the year. Then both partners at the end of the year had withdrawn from the partnership, and the net profit for the year is 370,000, and we're going to split that profit as the bookkeeper amongst the two partners once we've taken off additional transactions that relate to the partners. So because these partners have invested in the partnership, they are entitled to interest on capital, and the interest on capital is at 12% per annum. Now Black made another contribution of 50,000 on the 1st of April. So Black has made this contribution on the 1st of April, and if you work out from the 1st of April until the 31st of December, that is 9 months. So Black is going to earn interest on the opening balance of 670,000 plus the additional capital contribution of 50,000 at 12% per annum for 9 months. More information: Black receives a monthly salary of 10,500 monthly. We want the year, so we say 10,500 times by 12. Blue receives a bonus of the net profit after number 1 and 2 has been taken into account, and the bonus is 25% of the net profit after interest and salaries, number 1 and 2. The balance of the profit is to be shared 2:1 between Black and Blue respectively. So Black will get 2 out of 3 and Blue will get 1 out of 3. It says prepare the appropriation statement. So how's the profit going to be divided? And then we also want to do some workings for the two partners, their current account balances. We need to determine after all the transactions what will their balances be on the 31st of December. So here's the information. Opening balance for capital, Black and Blue. Opening balances for the current accounts. Drawings for the year. The net profit for the year. Transactions relating to the partners. Interest on capital 12% per annum. Black made another contribution of 50,000 for 9 months. Black receives a monthly salary. This is a special salary for partners, which is only calculated at the end of the financial year. It's not part of the operating expenses of the business. Blue receives a bonus of 25% of the net profit after number 1 and 2 has taken place, and the balance of the profit is going to be split 2:1. Black gets 2 out of 3, Blue gets 1 out of 3. Round all your answers to the nearest rand. So let's have a look. To me, this is quite an easy question. The first thing was the appropriation statement. So you start with the net profit for the year. It was given to you. I'm not going to scroll up. 370,000. Then what we need to do is we need to take off the interest. Black earned interest of 670,000 times by 12%, which is 80,400. Then Black put another 50,000 in on the 1st of April. This calculation here should say 50,000 multiplied by 12% times by 9 over 12. Right, there's an error there. Times by 9 over 12, because that 50,000 was invested on the 1st of April. So the interest earned is for 9 months, and that will give you 4,500. Blue, the interest on the capital for Blue was 500,000 times by 12% is equal to 60,000. Okay, so that was the interest that gets taken off the net profit before it gets split. The salary, Black earned a salary of 10,500 per month, times by 12 is 126,000. Now they said Blue was entitled to a bonus of 25% of the net profit after taking off additional information number 1 and 2. So if we said 370,000 minus 80,400 minus 4,500 minus 60,000 minus 126,000 in brackets, get the answer, multiply by 25%. The bonus is 24,775. Now what is left to distribute is 74,325. I haven't checked this, but I'm assuming it's correct. 370,000 minus these amounts give you 74,325, and that must be split. Black gets 2 out of 3 multiplied by what's left over to split, 74,325, and that should give you 49,550. And Blue gets 1/3 times by 74,325, or 74,325 minus what Black got gives us 24,775. That was the profit split after taking into account interest, the salary, and the bonus. The 74,325 was left to split in the profit sharing ratio, which is given to us in the information for the question. Then they also asked us to do the current accounts. So let's look at the current accounts. We always start with the opening balances. They were given to us. This is in brackets because Black started with a debit balance. You take off the drawings, that's why it's in brackets. Black earned interest and more interest on the extra 50,000 that was invested for 9 months. Black received a salary, so they're being added, those 3 amounts. And then there was a distribution of the profit, which we've just calculated in the appropriation statement, and that brings, shall we say, Black into a positive current account balance, 110,980. Blue had an opening balance, according to the information given, of 99,000, positive balance, credit balance, drawings gets taken off, interest gets added, the bonus gets added, and the distribution gets added. Okay, this is interesting. It says that the bonus is 24,775 and the distribution is 24,775. I'm just going to check that because that seems quite a coincidence. So in the appropriation statement, yep, there the bonus is 24,775 and the profit split is 24,775. So I take it it's correct. And there we go. There's the closing balance, 172,050. So this, to me, is quite an easy question. You're given similar information all the time. Opening balances for capital, opening balances for the current accounts, drawings for the year. Then you have the net profit for the year, transactions that relate to the partners. Remember, the bonus is always after number 1 and 2 has been taken into account. Then how they share the profits 2:1. Prepare how the profit is split, appropriation statement, and the current accounts. And there we go. That's how that's done. So please have a look at this. It's easy marks. Keep up the great work. Chat soon. Cheers.